up, guys? We're Team Luby Scoop here at Scrub Tear Gaming. We just completed getting first place at a 3v3 tournament at Omega Gaming, and we decided to play an all Drytron strategy. There was a lot of theory that went behind that decision, and even though we opted to play the same deck, we all played a little bit of a different variant. So I figured we'd profile it for Eddie's channel, and then let's get right into it.
Alright guys, before we continue with this video, I'd like to talk a little bit about YourPlayMat.com. YourPlayMat, that you already know. They have some really nice, beautiful sleeves. They made these beautiful custom sleeves for us on this channel. I think they feel great. They're easy to shuffle. They're easy to put the cards in and out. I think it's super amazing that the sleeve is actually as perfect fit as possible. It's not too tight. It's not too loose. So in my personal opinion, I think these are some of the best sleeves I've actually had in a long time. So if you guys want to get some nice custom sleeves done, or if you guys just want to get some sleeves that are already pre-designed by them, they have some amazing artworks. So you should hit them up to get your amazingly beautiful sleeves. They also have some really dope mats, and they have anything from YuGiOh size sleeves to also standard size sleeves. So if you play Pokemon, Dragon Ball, Y Shorts, whatever you play, you guys can definitely get your sleeves from them. So make sure you guys go hit them up. The link will be down in the description, and if you want to get 10% off in your next purchase, use the promo code ELITE15 YP to get 10% off. You already know, guys. Let's go ahead and get into it.
My name is Miles. I was the center player, and I'll show you my deck list first real quick, and then we'll go to Austin and then to Corey. Okay, so I played triple Alpha Thuban, I played triple Zeta, double Alteus, double Gamma. I really like this ratio, just the 10 Drytrons. I played the Fairy Package, played the 3 of the new Broken card, which you kind of have to play 3 of. Playing less than that, you're really stupid. Played triple Orange Light, double Eva. I know that there's a little bit of argument whether or not you can play 1 to 2 of this, or 1 Eva and 2 Orange, but I do like the 3 and 2 ratio. I think if you're playing Dragoon build, it's more like reasonable to play 1 and 2. And then for the rituals, I played the big Broken Ritual, another Broken Ritual that you link climb, played Benton, which is broken, and Natasha. I know that Natasha is a card that's getting cut, but you have to win games going second, so you have to play Natasha. For the games going first. Yeah, you can win games in time going first too with that card, absolutely. Then I played for 1-ofs. I played the 1 ritual. I don't think you need to. Like DD Crow's not a real threat, and if you're playing the game properly, you never get this card crowed anyway. I played 1 Fafnir, 1 Foolish. Honestly, this card was kind of bad all tournament, but I'll probably turn this into another prep or maybe another going second card. I played 1 Preparation Rites. I wish I played more to this. Opening this card with like any of the Drytrons is just insane, so like I kind of want to play 2 or 3 of that. Played 2 Call by the Graves. Yeah, I don't know. This card wasn't that good all tournament, but in theory you should be playing it. And then for the going second cards, I played the 3 Droplet, kind of mandatory, and I played the 3 Triple Tactics, which is also a going first card too when you get hand trapped. So you get hand trapped at a bad time. You can draw 2 to keep extending, or look at their hand and rip a card out that's going to hurt you potentially. More Drytron names, and that's it for the main deck. And then I'll go on to the side, and then we'll do the extra. So for my side deck, I play 1 Mind Control. Actually, this was a card that we all talked about playing, because against the Tri-Brigade matchup, just playing it forces a lot of things. So when you take Appaloosa, if they revolt, they have to get rid of their own Appaloosa if they want to play their hand traps, which is like a terrible position to be in. So like Mind Control against Tri-Brigade is kind of crazy, and we built our side decks to pretty much shit on Tri-Brigade. Then we played for the Spell and Trap removal, all these cards. I think you have to play this because of Prank Kids, but I never played against Prank Kids. And Chainable to Schism and all that bullshit. So that was really good. And then for the hand traps, once again, we talked about this card too. I think we all cited 3, right? Yeah. We all cited 3 Phantasme because like against Tri-Brigade, this puts them in a really tough position because they're rarely making the 4 negate Appaloosa. So if you drop it on like, depending on the combo they do, if you drop it on the Link Summon, if they make an Appaloosa for 3, it crashes with the Phantasme, and then it's just a matter of dealing with the Revolt.
Unless they're Rescue Cat, and then you get 2.
Yes, and if they ever open their combo with Rescue Cat, you get to definitely draw like 3 cards and sculpt your hand. And sculpting your hand in a combo deck is like very unfair. So yeah, Phantasme was good all week, all day. Then I played 3 of those. And then
Because he hates himself.
yeah. And then the last card was this. And we had talked about this card too, because I think this was a card that had sort of fallen out of favor. But Austin had said that not only is it crazy against Tri-Brigade, which we figured we were going to play a lot against, this is good against like a ton of rogue decks. So like whenever you're playing against rogue, you can just side and lance it pretty much like 90% of the time, and it guarantee it does something. And then real quick, the extra deck we played. I didn't sort this, but 1 Intis, 1 of that for the instant fusion, for the synchros, 2 heralds, for the links played a Beatrice, played this one, played the Zeus, played the 2 of the Fafnirs, and played the 1 bird. The bird is like a flex spot. It could be Appaloosa, it could be the Underworld Goddess, it could be like a number of things. It could be Fuko, it could be a lot of different stuff, but I like the bird.
Should never be Fuko.
Yeah. Then we played this, mandatory, played this, super mandatory, played this, and played this, and played this. Sometimes just making the unkillable Boral Sword with the Masquerena like wins you random games, and so like that did happen throughout the tournament. So that's my deck. We'll move on to Austin's.
Okay, I gotta borrow your Phantasmas because I just realized that these are supposed to be
I got you.
Phantasmas.
I got you.
Okay, so everything's all in the way. First and foremost, got this awesome Despia Field Center, and this one was made by our awesome friend down here, Corey Nance. We all have one. You can get it for 15 bucks. Okay, so that's out of the way. So here's the main deck. We'll just start with the ritual monsters first. This is the 5. So you have your Broken Natasha, standard bin 10. You need E to 10 to just play like crazy whenever you have Mu Beta. I'm running the Perfection build, so it can't stop summons, but you don't necessarily need to. This thing wins games because it's huge and amazing.
It lets you play around Droll sometimes too.
It's pretty. Yes, it's definitely a good way to play around Droll. So that's my 5 ritual monsters. We'll go ahead and do regular monsters first. So in a weird order, we have 2 Delta, 1 Beta, so that's the play set. We got 3 Zeta, 3 Alpha, 3 Gamma, because this is a 1-card Dragoon, and I am playing the Dragoon version. We got 3 Diviner, and then I am opting for the 2-in-1. This reduces bricks on this card, and you really need that whenever you increase your bricks by running the Dragoon package, and this is a 44-card deck. So with Pre-Prep and Dragoon, you want to reduce your chances of drawing cards that don't do anything together. So this kind of accomplishes that. And then, of course, the 2 mandatory vanillas, and they're common, so I don't draw them. But I draw them
Except
anyway.
you do, yes. Except you do, yes.
I guess the other cool note, Beta's neat because if you end up using the big blue guy, you can just shuffle back or stick the stuff back into your graveyard that you banished. So it sometimes comes up, not as often as I'd like. And then for more Drytron names, we got 3 Nova, Fafnir, and like Miles said, it's kind of underwhelming. You always see these together, and 2 Emergency because you also always see 2 of these together. And since I'm running 12 actual names, this is just fine. Then we have the pre-prep package. You don't often see them together, but when you do, God, it sucks. And
Yeah,
then,
but when you open that card, it's crazy.
oh yeah, if this goes off, it's almost a 1 game already. You gotta play the triple droplet because you're not running any hand traps other than orange light, and in this deck, if you're going second, like you gotta have something to do, because most of the time you can't play through a board because they'll just negate everything, especially that Appaloosa and all kinds of other stuff. They know what to negate now. The deck's been out long enough. I was running 3 pre-prep because it's insane. Like going first, if you can start with this and this, you get the whole Benton thing going, and then late game it's even better because if you've already burned off all of your ritual summons and stuff, you can just steal this back out of or steal your ritual spell back out of the grave without having to have a Drytron. And then the 3 1-ofs, the super duper sacky 1-of, the necessary 1-of, and then the best card in the game. There's so many games where you just open that and just play it, and then your opponent just drops their shit. I hope we can cuss on this.
Yeah, I don't think we can.
Okay, so then for the extra deck, we got Links, Link 1, 2, 3, and 4s. Link Rebo is absolutely mandatory. It helps you get into plays. Nightmare is pretty much mandatory. You don't need access code, and if you did play access code, you're only ever popping twice, and usually it's these 2. It's just not that good. And to kill instead, Boral Sword's better because Boral Sword plus basically any of your main deck monsters, they're all 2,000 attack.
It's game.
It's game. So you can Nova Boral Sword for game. It's pretty gross. Appaloosa is kind of cuttable, but it is really nice if you make a Verte and an IP and on your opponent's turn go into a 2-material Appaloosa. That feels pretty good. But I'm thinking about swapping this out for the bird just because it has been coming up a lot lately. And then for the Xyz, we got 2 Mu Beta, your necessary Beatrice, and then your downer Zeus. And then this is where it gets kind of weird. I'm only doing one Herald because often the first and sometimes even the second Diviner just gets hand trapped and you never even shoot this to the grave. So when you finally do, you don't usually need another one. And if you do get another send, you use your Intis. And I had no Intis in 2 of these for a while. It was really good, but then this came up like 3 times in 2 days, and so I just had to put it back in. And then the card that the best card in the game gets you. My boy.
Dragoon.
Oh yeah. He wins games whenever you get drolled because you always make 2 monsters. They might suck, but 2 sucky monsters makes a Verte.
A lot of times, if you just get to play in this deck, it's enough because, like, if you can see your third turn, you can win. So
Yeah, because your graveyard's loaded. So I already swapped these out for other stuff, but I was maining side decking 3 Phantasme for the 3v3, and those helped us dig into stuff like these Dark Rulers and these double droplets. This is kind of a weird ratio. I just didn't want to run a lot more, more like Forbidden Droplet stuff because then you're just going to see so many of them, and I already hate running 3 droplets. For back row stuff, we got the Triple Twins, Reboot, and Duster. I feel like this is mandatory right now. This 5 is like always taken any side deck as soon as you build it. And then just like Miles said, this is good against Dino. I mean, not Dino's that big of a deal, but Dino, Dragon Link. It's good against Tri Brigade and all kinds of rogue stuff.
Invoke decks, it beats Invoke decks a lot.
And
too.
Grin Maju.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the deck. I think I went X2 by the end of the day.
We got Corey.
Hi, Drytron profile number 3. So I think we talked about this a lot before the tournament on our decision why playing 3 Drytrons. Drytron loses random stacky games to bricking or random hand traps, and so by having 3 players playing Drytron's like one of the best decks right now, one player will get sacked, and then the other 2 will carry, and it'll really even out. And we only lost 1 match throughout the whole day.
We lost 1 match and wound up winning the tournament. And the team I think that beat us wound up losing, but like I think if we had another shot at them, we would have beat them. So
I think
Yeah.
like also ratio wise for the number of games that we play, if Drytron is at least 66% effective at winning,
Yeah.
then with 3 players, at least 2 of us should win at all times.
Yeah.
So that's a 1 tournament as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
It seems to do the thing.
It also really helped with coaching each other on each other's
Oh yeah,
plays.
Miles is a good player.
We were all very confident with the deck too, so it wasn't that hard to be like in very complicated board states to get advice.
yeah,
from your teammates.
advice came like really easy.
Yeah, you never had to switch your headspace because we're all playing the same thing. It's never like, oh, let me think about invoked headspace and help you with that. It was just like, oh, you have alpha, good, play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes we would overcomplicate our combos and then have to ask for advice and then just realize that just do the simple thing and that's it.
Sometimes you have to ask Miles if you need to play Alpha Zeta.
All right, so of course 3 Alpha, 3 Zeta. I played 3 Delta. I fucking love this card. A lot of times you open up with 1 Drytron, and if it's Delta, it most of the time gets you to the 2nd Drytron, and then you do combo. And I played the 2 Gamma. I was playing 3, but then I cut 1 for the instant fusion.
Plus, I think Gamma's way more important than Dragoon builds.
Yeah, I'm not playing Dragoon, so I just cut it down for the instant fusion. I thought that was a really good idea. I played the 1 Foolish. I played 2 Cyber Emergency. I cut this down. I tried out their theory and I really liked it. Just playing 2, but did play 3 Nova and then 1 Fafnir. This card is very underwhelming.
It is good against VW though. That is one thing.
Yes.
VW exists.
Yeah. Played the Medianus, and then I played 3 Diviner, the 2 Eva, and the 3 Orange Lights. I really like this ratio. I want to test out going lower, but I don't really like the idea.
Yeah.
So that's it for that. And then I played these 5 ritual monsters. So I played the standard fairies with the Natasha, and then I played the Draconess just because you can do a lot of cute stuff with this card. If you get trolled, you can end on it and possibly have like a Speller Trap negate with your move beta.
That does come up.
It's also pretty good against Striker.
It definitely came up in the final match, on the top match, final. And I played the instant and the call by, and then I played a bunch of super aggressive cards. I played 3 triple attacks and 3 droplets. I'm really satisfied with this build. I used to play hand traps over like these slots, and I realized that Drytron is super aggressive, and so you just need to play
Like the most aggressive cards possible.
yeah, cards that suit its play style. And so sometimes you'll get punished for it, but since the rest of your deck plays aggressive, it kind of makes up for it
Really only lose when you can't
if your
play.
tactics isn't live. For my extra, so played the double Mubeta, Beatrice, and then I played the bird as the flex spot. It came up and it actually won me a match. It came up once over the whole tournament, and I played Downward Zeus. And then for the links, I played Link Rebo, Phoenix, Unicorn, IP, and then Borrowsword. I used to play Access Code. I used to be a super avid Access Code user, and then this tournament
We basically forced him to play Borrowsword.
yeah, and I didn't miss it. I also cut Appaloosa for the first time, and I did not miss that card either. Appaloosa never came up, and then Borrowsword came up a lot more often than Access Code.
I think that just having the ability to make like a rank 1 that can get you to Zeus in like tough spots like matters a lot against like rogue matchups. So like I played against Striker and I made this thing and just went punch Zeus, and then the game was over. So
and then for the final ones, I played the double Arclight. I used to be an advocate for playing 1, and then I tried out 2, and it just made combos so much easier. It made the follow-up turn just so much easier to think about. Like you don't have to like think about like, oh, have I used my Arclight already? And then I played the Intis and then the Instant Fusion target. This card won me a match in top 4, so
clutch.
yeah, it was super clutch. Miles just said it was a second call by, so it's as simple as that. And then side deck is pretty similar to theirs. Played the Harpies with the Reboot and the Twisters. Played the Phantasme because this card's super aggressive, and it helps you get to your aggressive cards.
Runs over Appaloosa.
Yeah.
And then I played more aggressive cards for the Mirror Match, Dark Ruler, and then I played the Mind Control Spice.
I like the mind control. I'm gonna. That's what I added in mine.
Yeah.
And then the least aggressive card is Lancia, but Tri-Brigade is such a threat that you kind of have to play it.
All right, so that's our deck profile. Shout out to Scrub Tier Gaming. Shout out to Omega Gaming. Shout out to my teammates who like kick ass the whole day. And shout out to Eddie and his YouTube channel. And we will catch you guys later.
Yep.